Oh, that was a design run? Good shit.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Come on, they're saying it again. Yup, that's exactly what they're saying to me too.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Nice job by that.
They're doing it again. Yo, come
down.
on, stop. Let us play this shit.
Only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. A handoff to Fournette.
Oh, now I can't get nowhere near him. See that?
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
That's that bullshit.
A great play there. 26 yards. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Josh Lambo now for the point after. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken way up by the 25. Able to spin free. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Yo, please stop this shit. Playing the Jaguars, we gotta be smooth. We can't be having internet fucking with us. Come on, Madden.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now the first NFL carry for Saquon Barkley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
No, I was just telling you.
Remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then.
Ain't nothing saying in front of mine, man. I'm just calling my play.
They go play action here on first down.
Oh, wow. Go right to him. Good defense. Like you knew exactly what the fuck I was calling.
Jalen Ramsey and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Here's a give to Fournette.
Another touchdown.
And he's got some space here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game.
Oh, look at that.
Successful doing it.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one good for 10 yards.
Can't do nothing about that, huh, fellas?
Very short. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too
well.
Oh,
okay. I understand what you're saying.
Way back when,
that's why you looked at me like that.
A great game. You've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Bortles.
Oh, right behind me.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Fellas. There you go. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Hey, follow. Hey, let's go. Trip front.
Running left, it's Fournette. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Bortles to throw on 2nd down.
There you go. There you go. There you go. About time. About time, fellas. You gonna play?
Takes him down for a loss of 9.
Oh, damn it.
Sacked 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
The Giants making their way out, and at this point, you would have to think that all mentions of last year maybe erased from team.
Oh, why won't you fucking run straight?
Clearly, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong.
My God damn.
Too good for another
straight, fellas.
Right?
Just run straight.
I think that was reflected in their draft in 2018. Because if it was an all-out rebuild, they would have drafted a quarterback at number 2. Instead, they drafted Saquon Barkley. So that signals to me they want to get back to running the football and trying to punish people on offense and take the pressure off of Eli Manning and on the defensive side of the ball. They obviously have to get better, but believe it or not, you know who can really help them there? Their head coach, Pat Shermer. Comes from a defensive family, understands how valuable it is.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Get off of me.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. 46 yards.
Oh, 6 seconds.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 24. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin.
Plenty of time, fellas. 10 minutes.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
The toss out to Barkley, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
I got my playoff for this.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free. If you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you, and anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot. And boy, what a great defensive play there. Worn out leverage, running to the football from the inside out, turned into a big loss of yardage.
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. Flushed out right.
Ah, missed him that time.
Well, they're slinging.
Had him.
And then there's one you got to put
I think I was outside.
on,
Nah,
I mean, that one
I should have
came
just
in
stopped.
hot.
Inside the pocket,
but
just doing.
overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Let's see if we can kick a field goal. I'm sorry?
Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards.
Yep, got it.
And Rosas puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
This will be taken in at the 1.
I hate when they do that. You see how your man didn't start running? And he just slips. Yeah, he slides. You see that? That's garbage. I saw that time against you. I hate when they do that.
They certainly did. They won double-digit games for the first time in 10 seasons, and they picked up 2 more wins in the playoffs before falling in that tough one to New England.
And they decided that on offense, they were going to be a team that knocked you off the ball and ran it. That's why they drafted Leonard Fournette out of LSU.
Oh, come on, see?
He gave them some toughness and an identity.
That's that bullshit. I can't control him.
Often criticized, but elevated his play in the playoffs, both with his legs and his arms.
You see how they made him run up like that?
That's where the big transition happened. Yannick Ngakoue coming off.
Yeah, well, I had no control.
Maybe the best player on the defensive line in the league last season. But Jalen Ramsey out at corner, he gives them their swagger, he gives them their look, and he gives them great play on the edge.
Yeah, this game is bugging out. My people are sliding 5 feet to the right. Not even nowhere near trying to move them.
The pitch to Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. He'll check this one
Missed
off
him.
to Fournette. And he's able to get it to the 33.
Where the
Good
fuck are
enough
you
for
at? Ain't you supposed to be short? Why are you running downfield?
And it moves the sticks.
Wow. Okay. Computer doing what it want to do. Yeah, let me put you on my phone, Sporty Kid.
Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
You one of the headmasters, right? Commissioners? Park commissioner?
The pitch goes to Yeldon. Room here to run. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Sporty Kid, you only play with the Jaguars?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Sporty Kid. You up in my phone, my dude. No, just a number. 384. Just a 384 number come up.
Let's go, let's go.
Yeah. Something.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down.
Oh, damn it.
The screen before that.
Got him.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll toss it to Fournette. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Oh, too far away from him.
And the reception made by Dante Moncrief.
Attack his ass. All right.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He going for it.
Interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field.
Yeah, that's what I said. It don't matter what they're doing, fellas. This is what we're doing.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well,
there you go. That's what we're doing.
Speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of
the
scrimmage.
kick a field goal, okay. Had a hard time last time.
Bortles going to go on for it.
No.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
On 1st down, it's Lawletta.
Oh, wow, you can't block him? Okay. You can't do nothing with him.
And it'll be a loss of about 8.
Yeah, we're going to do that right there. And we're going to change you. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm going to do.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Coming off play action, Lawletta. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Oh, throw the ball.
Around the waist and push down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
No, it hasn't came up on my screen no more, so I think we're good. I think we finally connected.
Amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll fake it. Now Lawletta. He's going to rifle one deep left. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
Good pass. Good goddamn pass. Good goddamn pass. It's not fucking up on my side no more, partner. I can't do nothing about you. I can't do nothing about that because as the longer we play, the stronger the connection be. It's supposed to. The connection is supposed to get stronger as the longer we play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Can't fucking call height.
And that'll set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. Well, those Giant fans, that they love seeing Saquon Barkley wearing their jersey, but it's interesting. He actually grew up a Jets fan.
Yeah, I wonder what his dad was thinking. What would Big Al was thinking on draft night? Had to be so happy for his son.
And he will take it on in.
Touchdown, Giants.
Odell Beckham from 13 yards out. And the Giants are in for 6. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game.
There you go, fellas.
You check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Yeah, like I said, it was happening to me early in the game, man.
Now 10-7. Rosas now to kick this one away.
We good.
This will be taken in at the 1.
Well, you got 8 people hitting you already.
Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago.
Where you at? How come I can't find you?
This year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah,
there you go.
The kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys are formed together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Now Leonard Fournette. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys,
oh, that's bullshit.
won the battle there. It wasn't a big run
I couldn't move, I couldn't twist, I couldn't do nothing. I should call a timeout. He wasn't even offside. That's come I let it go.
Well, we looked at each other right
But it's
when
okay.
flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Lucy. Move.
After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground.
Good
Looking
pick.
for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a great return as he gets this all the way down
Good
to
shit.
the 30-yard line.
Good shit, fellas. That's what I'm talking about.
Both of these teams is going to be affected as the game
That's
goes
what I'm
along.
talking about.
It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
I wish I had my last year's playbook.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
All right, take the headset off.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk. third and long play as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit.
From the gun on third down, Loletta. And that is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, where they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And now out come the Jags. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up, and they'll go with a ground attack here. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go. Lucy. Green 80. Okay.
And they'll go on the ground. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now here's a timeout, as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
That's right. Green 80.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Let's go.
On play action, it's Bortles. On the move to his left. Looking long for Westbrook. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Yeah, he was the first back taken in the draft. Ended up going number 2 to the Giants, and there was never a doubt that he would be the first runner off the board. We just saw why. His ability with the ball in his hands to turn a nice little game into something big. He makes plays no matter how you get him the ball.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
A handoff to Barkley. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Try the air now with Lauletta. It's caught. Beckham. There he goes inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Here's Gallman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Talk about This third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just here in this third quarter. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. The pitch goes to Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Rosas puts this one through. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is third down and 12. Shotgun now for Bortles.
Thank you.
He's going to be intercepted a third time.
Thank you.
Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So out comes the field goal team once more. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Lucy.
On second down, here's Bortles. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. And now out come the Giants. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Lawletta looking for a first down throw. And his throw is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a toss right to Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
56. Lucky 56.
Goldman will run it. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Barry Church, the strong safety, the one to get him down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down, here's Barkley. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Laletta, here we go on 4th. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Giants add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. Dumps it off to Fournette, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Lucy.
Now Bortles. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a terrific return.
There you go. Good shit, my dude.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
We're going on 20 years this Halloween. So we gotta do something for this anniversary. Right, it's the anniversary. It's the 20th anniversary.
As they get him down at about the 40.
Because I met you at with the club on Halloween, right?
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be
if
very
you want to
careful
hop
about
on
what
that,
speed
then
they're going to play.
you know,
My
that's
music
your
teacher
mistake.
back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema
Right?
Bagley used to say, don't go
Cheryl,
prestissimo when you really want to go long.
I can't hear you.
And what she meant by that is don't go too fast.
No, I'm saying if you want to talk about that, that's your mistake.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Caught left side.
It could have been longer.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, I
there,
thought this 31st would be because it was a Halloween party, right?
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And an alley run. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Walletta on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
You got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing.
Trying to get it to
intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. So after the INT, it's Bortles. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. We talked early on about this defense needing to hold him under 100 yards. He's had a few good runs, but he is up. And now here's another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Walletta after the interception. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hey. Four down. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On the toss, there goes Gallman. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz just trying to get to the quarterback and trying to scheme.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Gone. Let's go. Blue, landed. Oh, no, lucky 56. Gone.
Out of the gun, Loletta. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, spread right, smack. You. Throw that. 380. Good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And now running right through it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Bortles to try again after the pick six. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Dalvin Tomlinson able to get him for a loss of about 3. Now Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go. 3-19. Gone. 3-19.
Here's Lauletta going up top. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Bortles going to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Damon Harrison with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And they get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back in the return. "34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Let's not forget, a year ago, this was a last-place team in their division in the National Football League. How quickly the fortunes can turn.
And somewhere, there's a former commissioner smiling down and looking because parity was something he was looking for in this league, and it plays itself out year after year. Last to first is not something that's uncommon in the NFL.
Yeah, a season ago, they didn't have one performance like this, but they put it all together in this ball game.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown #1 of the NFL career for young star Saquon Barkley as his guys continue to pour it on. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by one more. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now Bortles throwing on second down. A throw left side complete to his receiver Westbrook. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 28. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
This is Gallman. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and we have done in the NFL. The miracle of the metal lands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November. Now
Gallman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Giants, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try again next week at home